Hey everybody, my name is Anthony Burris and this is my 12-minute video presentation for Info 345 2014. The technology that I chose to do this video on was smartwatches. I think they can help a lot in the corporate world as far as keeping everybody connected no matter where you at. You can get your messages or any type of information that you might need. I'm going to start this video off with a PowerPoint. The PowerPoint pretty much explains how the watch works and what are the many uses for the watch.
Smartwatches can almost be compared to PDAs that you wear on your wrist. For those of you who don't know, PDAs were like cell phones that were kind of like tablets before tablets actually came out. Early model of these watches could perform basic tasks like calculating, translations, and game playing. Today's smartwatch can run a mobile operating system along with the running mobile apps. So a lot of things can be done just from your wrist. I think that's great for communicating. A little bit of background. What is a smartwatch? A smartwatch is a computerized watch with enhanced functionality. So basically you're pretty much walking around with a computer on your wrist. What are the uses? They're used with your cell phone. You have to pair them with your cell phone, and most of them that's out right now are using Android software. A lot of the famous phones out right now use Android software, so you can virtually pair your phone with your watch, and you have a lot of the same applications like email, text messaging, contacts, music and media. You can even play media from them. How much do they cost? The average price is from $100 to $400. Your cheaper ones, they don't have the same functionality as your more expensive ones, but it's whatever you into, and you tailor your watch to the way you're going to use it. Communication benefits. They exist for convenience. That's the whole thing with the smartwatch. They're convenient. You don't have to pick up your cell phone. You can do a lot of the activities on your cell phone from your watch. You don't have to dig in your pocket. Your cell phone doesn't actually even have to be on you, and you can use this watch and do virtually the same things you do from your cell phone. Like I said, answer email, text, and they also play music. They got a microphone on them that's pretty good because I've heard them, and you can actually play the songs that you have on your cell phone from your watch. Notifications come straight to the wrist, allowing the person not to check phone as often. I don't like checking my cell phone, so this would be great for me, actually. They can help with health and fitness training. I see people at the gym all the time. They have on watches, and they can basically check their pulse rate, their heart rate. That's a good thing. They can also make and take phone calls from your wrist. It's almost like a Bluetooth without it being on your ear. You can use, your speakerphone on the phone and have a whole conversation and be broadcast straight from your phone. Examples of smartwatches on the market. The Pebble smartwatch, that's the one to the top. They're pretty much in order. I think it's the most popular one on the market. The price is pretty cheap, and you get everything you want pretty much in that watch. It doesn't have the strong apps, but its consumers like it pretty much. The Martian smartwatch is $298.33. If you look at it, it looks more like a watch than probably the rest of them do. It's more stylish if you're a stylish type of guy or girl. The iWatch. Okay, this smartwatch, it does a lot. I've seen a couple of them in Best Buy. It's your most expensive one that I've seen, and it's pretty much like a cell phone. Everything is capacitive as far as touching it. It's a really nice watch. The Sony smartwatch. Haven't had much experience with this. I don't like the colors of the armbands. That's my personal opinion. The connected device smartwatch. This pretty much looks just like a watch. I haven't actually seen this one on the market that much. The connection. Okay. The connection with these is you have the CEO, the CMO, the COO, the CFO, and the VP of sales. The CEO is the centerpiece of any company. And the CEO and the CXOs are all connected with each other, and they all have to communicate with each other. And I personally think having a smartwatch could make the communication even better. You can be on the go, you can be skydiving. I mean, who knows, whatever you're into, and you could still talk to people. The VP of sales. It can help training be more convenient. Media can be viewed from the watch. I mean, you can actually do training from the watch if that watch has a media player on them. Different smartwatches have different capabilities. The training costs would be lower. You wouldn't have to go anywhere. Everything could be basically done from the watch. Media could be viewed at any time. You can be in the bed and watch a training video or a training seminar on video. More training along with convenience can lead to higher sales. I mean, if people are trained better, they don't have to do as much work to get their job done. I see that leading to higher sales. The CMO. Communication will increase between the CMO and sales management. I mean, they have it on their wrist. They can talk at any time. The increased communication will help stay on top of the market share. A constant eye can stay on the competitor just by looking down at your wrist. So you always know what your competitor is doing because it's right at your wrist. The COO. There will be a constant connection between the COO and his subordinates. No matter what the management or engineering is doing, they can be jogging. The COO can communicate. Customer feedback can be sent in email directly to the smartwatch. This can help be more reactive to customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction is part of the COO's job. The CFO. During auditing, auditors can stay connected without need to pick up a cell phone, so faster auditing. Pictures and legal media can be viewed from the wrist, creating a faster response time to legal issues. Nobody wants to go to jail. With the capability to run apps, the smartwatch can run accounting applications. Accounting can directly affect the company's profits. And the CEO. No matter what he or she is doing, staying connected to the other CXOs will not be a problem. All emails and notifications can come directly to the watch. That's very convenient. Conference calls can be had no matter what the CEO's location is. And this is also another way of communicating with the shareholders. That's very important. The combination of all the CXOs having better communication will increase the stock price. And that's what it's all about. The CEO wants an increase in stock price, so they all have to work together to get the increase in stock price. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys a video of a smartwatch that was released at the end of last year.
Hi everybody, it's Michael Fisher from Pocket Now here at the Samsung Unpacked 5 event from New York City, checking out the Samsung Galaxy Gear's successor, the Gear 2 Neo. So folks, if you've seen our video on the Gear 2, the Neo will be very familiar, and so will this video. I hope you enjoy it all the same. The Neo is very, very similar to the Gear 2, right down to the fact that the Galaxy has been dropped. Samsung has dropped the Galaxy branding for this device because it is running a special build of Tizen. Not that you would be able to tell, because judging from just from a UX standpoint, it responds very similarly to the Android-powered Galaxy Gear. But you will notice, if the Gear will wake up, that you can have a custom graphic on the Neo, whereas the Gear confines you to this kind of stark wireframe on black feed. Nice to have that added bit of customization. You'll also notice the Neo is made of polycarbonate, where there's a lot more metal on the original Gear. And you'll notice the removal of the screws, which I rather liked, and the addition of a home button, which I rather don't like. But the home button is probably going to appeal to some people more than... I should not have done that. There we go. The addition of the home button is probably going to appeal to more people than having to swipe down to go back all the time, though you can still do that. But hitting the button may be more intuitive for some. I'm not a big fan, but maybe you will be. Who knows? Here's our settings menu. Very, very similar responsiveness. Actually, a little more stuttery than we're used to on the Gear, even though the hardware is very comparable. The display is the same. This may look like a camera up here. It is not. Since this is the Neo version of the smartwatch, that is an IR transmitter. You can control your television with it, just like on the Gear 2 or any other device that receives IR input. It is not a camera, but it is mounted not on the wristband, but on the device itself. That means that in addition to the moving of the speaker and microphone combo to the body itself, means you can change these bands out, which is great for customizability. Now you don't have the big old wart on the bottom here. Not the wart, the big old module from the initial Gear. And finally, turning it around to the back, we'll see a little window on the back there that looks into your soul, or your skin rather. That is the heart rate monitor. It makes up a big part of Samsung's pitch as a fitness device. We're going to take a longer look at the Gear 2 Neo once we get one in the review labs. This is just a quick look, but very, very light, much, much lighter than the first Gear, or at least it feels that way. And a minimum of sacrifice to get that reduction in weight and slight reduction in size. Michael Fisher with Pocket Now with Adam Lane doing the camera work. Stay tuned for more from Unboxed, Unpackaged, Unpacked, wherever we are, the Samsung event in New York City. I'm getting tired.
That brings us to the end of this presentation, and I hope you guys learned a little bit about smartwatches along the way.